I just wanted to know, last time we were in Sedona, we talked about you guys all being in a therapy session. This was like 11 years ago, the last time the whole family was together in Sedona.
We're actually going to go to a marriage retreat in Sedona, Arizona.
We are here with two counselors. One is Pat, who we've known for a long time, and the other is Nancy, and she's never counseled polygamists before.
And the big question is, were you happier then or are you happier now?
Way happier now. Way happier now. Yeah, no, I love my life now. Absolutely love it. Coming back to Sedona, I was a mess. I was like, I can't believe I have to go back to that town, because Sedona was where I understood how little I mattered. I don't know if I'm even making sense.
No, it makes sense, because I remember
Okay.
that therapy session in Sedona where you guys had to figure out where your position was in the family.
Oh my gosh, that one too, that was crazy.
And
yeah.
then you had to figure out also where you want to be.
What we're going to do is going to position yourselves where you think you are in relationship to each other now. This is how close I feel to Cody. This is how far apart I feel, or whatever.
I don't know. This is very awkward. No, I don't want to talk about it. It was the worst part of the trip for me. The absolute worst.
What would be some adjustments that would make it even more comfortable for each one of you?
In the future or
In the
now?
future, in the future.
Okay, this is where I really want to be.
This is so up close and personal. I don't even know where to look. So you wouldn't feel comfortable in the middle, like standing here in the middle?
If I'm in the middle, then I become your sole focus.
And what I took away from that was you saying to him, I need you to see
right
me.
here, right here.
I need you
Yeah.
right here. And that was
Yeah.
that's what you were asking.
Yes, and maybe that's what the best train of thought. So let me just, so it wasn't like you could say that. It wasn't like you could say, hey, it's my time now. It is my time to have a relationship with you. I felt like with Mary and Janelle and I, we were just team players. And none of us maybe had our needs met as much as we should. And then Robin came along and I felt like, oh my gosh, she like stands up for herself. And one of the things she said, she goes, I just taught Cody to death. I make sure he stays there and he listens to me, and I don't let him leave until we're done with the conversation. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I would never do that.
What I've found is that men will fight with a woman like she's a man if she's fighting like a man. He does that, and I'm always like, whoa, 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 you put your sword away. I'm your wife, and this isn't a place to pull your sword out, emotional sword. And then, like, I'm going to be a woman. I'm going to talk as a woman. I'm not going to talk like a man.
At this point, I don't know the point of the exercise because it's, yeah,
I don't know. Are
none
you
of it.
happier then or are you happier now? I mean, it's kind of like that was 11 years ago. You guys were
We
setting
still
forth.
had goals. See, we were all still focused on working together. No, Christine wasn't happy there at all.
Right.
My goals weren't like my ultimate happiness. My goals were to have the family working well together.
Then.
Yeah, well, my goals still clear through moving to Flagstaff. I just lost faith. I literally was like, this desire for where all my wives are connecting with each other shattered in Flagstaff.
Are you happy now?
I'm happy in my home and my experience with Robin, sans my ex-wives. I mean, as long as I'm not listening to them trash me, I mean, it's just constantly blame.
Okay, so let me ask you the bigger question. Would you do it all over again? Marrying these women and living a plural life. Would you do it all again?
No.
A simple question. Do you still believe in polygamy?
I think it can work. I think it's very important for all parties involved to be committed to it. And when all parties are not, as you see in our family, it doesn't work.
Would you do it again?
At this point in my life, no.
So,
I'm not gonna live polygamy again.
so Mary is going to be a monogamist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you ever see the possibility of staying in polygamy, taking another wife?
If the other 4 wives were still in,
No.
Oh, just me and Robin?
Yeah.
No, hell no. And I'll tell you why. Because we already failed. I would never try plural marriage again, because at this point, it's off the table because it was taken off the table. I'm just, Robin might say, hey, you know, I mean, listen, I think Robin's broken on it the same way I have.
Do you still believe in polygamy?
It's a tough one right now for me. If I had some sort of guarantee and Cody was up for it, yeah. But I have no guarantee and Cody's not up for it, and I'm scared to death of it now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But if you met somebody that would kind of fill the parameters and
It would have to be some sort of crazy guarantee. I'd have to have God talk to me and, like, you know,
yeah,
burning bushes kind of a thing.
you need a real sign.
Oh, I would. I would.
The last time we spoke, you said you'd be open to polygamy.
Yeah, I mean, I would. Like, I'm not going to say no, but I just don't foresee that I'm going to meet very many people who live plural marriage these days. I live in the South now. I mean,
So would you be open to a monogamous relationship?
maybe, but I'm not definitely not going to be dating on those weird apps that you swipe.
Oh, like Tinder?
Yeah, no.
Describe what you're looking for.
Someone who's very solid, who knows who they are, not super flashy. I'm kind of done with flashy. Someone who's not so high maintenance, you know. I definitely don't want someone who's such a prima donna.
You said not high maintenance and not a prima donna.
Well, yeah, you know, I guess take that how you want.
I don't know how to take it.
I guess I just want, you know, it's interesting. I watch our children with their husbands, and I'm like, wow, that's a really different experience. You know what I mean? And they're very engaged with each other. And so, I don't know, I guess I'm just like, maybe I want something a little bit more like that.
Right.
Matching my energy is a big thing. Like, it's very important for me to have anybody in my life, like my best friend, she does it, you know, somebody in my life needs to cheer me on.
I think your best friend is trying to get you to get out of your box. Like, you
Oh, she
get in on
totally
the
wants
action.
me to.
Yeah. So,
She totally wants me to.
so have you seen any action?
And it's been a very, 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 very long time. Very, very, very long time.
You know what they say,
since
get back
any
on the
action.
saddle.
You know what? She tells me she's gonna buy me boxes of, I'm not gonna say this.
Of fun toys?
No, just, you know, protection.
Okay.
Because she's like, I will buy you. I'm like, I don't need a bot for me. Nothing's happening. Nothing needs to happen.
No, things need to happen.
Okay, when it's appropriate.
I'm just wanting to know, is sex important to you in this next
of course.
relationship?
And that's so interesting. Like, everybody like has this idea, just because I didn't want to have assembly line kisses with Cody or whatever, that I was asexual. I promise you I'm not asexual. I promise you. And the hormones are hell when you're single. But, you know, it's like you just deal with it or whatever. But yeah, no, I suspect that someday down the road, if there's somebody else, then that will be part of it.
Okay, I love hearing that you're far from that.
No,
Because I think a lot of people are curious.
No, and I really want to make sure, because it's so wild to me that everybody has assumed. So just trust that I am not. I'm a very sexual being. I'm a very earth mama.
Ooh.
I'm a Taurus, and I'm a very earth mama. And I'll just say that. Everything earthy. Food, wine, sex, all of it. Yeah.
That's why I said Eat, Pray, Love is your movie.
Damn, I need to go. I need to sell all my things and go there. I just started that farm. That'll be my version of Eat, Pray, Love.
And you deserve all that and all the goodness.
you.
And I thank you so much for being so
Thank you.
honest on this couch.
Yeah.
We've had these conversations, and my hope is that we can get everybody on a couch together and we could do this one time.
Yeah, maybe.
I'd really like that.
That could happen. That would be very interesting.
David, do you have any friends
I have friends.
to introduce the ladies to?
Thinking
No,
a little bit
no.
like,
No, I know a lot of people, but I don't have close friends that are like that.
Yeah.
We can put her on Farmers Only.
he was put up Farmers Only.
Are you guys going to get her on Farmers Only?
Dude, let's put Janelle on.
Yes.
We should, let's do. We'll talk to Maddie.